All right, good day, fam. Welcome to episode 23 of the Three Brothers Podcast, right? 23?
Yeah.
Wow, man, we're getting on up there.
You're getting there.
Michael Jordan episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
your favorite
Hopefully
guy.
we won't gamble it away.
He had one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, that.
You still got your joke in.
Let's go then. All right.
Did you
Yeah.
hear it? Yeah.
Listen, I know I say this every week, but I tell you what, over the last 48 hours, there's been so much news.
Oh, my God.
We could have done a podcast today, yesterday, and the day before.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to all that soon enough. Couple things. I got to do my housekeeping because I will forget. So first, I'm going to give out the email and the Instagram address. The email is the3brospod@gmail.com. That's the number 3 brospod@gmail.com. I'm getting so good at that.
You knocked it out now.
Our Instagram is at the 3 Bros Podcast. That's at the 3 Bros Podcast. Okay, got it. Cool. All right, and as customary, we have a mantra. Each and every week we tape. We want to take off our shoes.
Take off your shoes.
That's right.
Yep.
We're gonna take a shot
Take a shot.
and have a good time.
Have a
Hold on,
good
I gotta
time.
get my son in here.
Yeah.
Get in here.
Come on in here.
My
Junior.
handsome son. Get you some.
There we
we
go.
go.
Some shine there, son.
Enjoy
There
it.
we
You old
go.
enough to drink, right?
Here, Junior.
Woo!
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Rest in peace, Jr.
That'll warm you up.
Okay.
We won't even say what it is because it's
Oh,
really
it'll
lightweight.
warm
Quite
your
frankly.
tummy. Trust me. All right. Yeah. So I, right off the bat, we got to get to this Iran conflict.
Yep.
So much has changed over the last couple of days. Where are we right now? Is this a ceasefire? Are they going to open the Strait of Hormuz? Where are we at with this thing?
Well, the good news is that there is apparently a ceasefire underway. The bad news is this: we're taping this on Wednesday.
Right.
So tomorrow, who knows what it's going to be, because
Yeah.
that's just how this administration works. There's no strategy. There's no plan. The only thing they're concerned about is how they look on TV, how they look to MAGA, that Trump looks like he's in control and everything's going well, which I don't know how it can be when you have decimated another company's Air Force and then they shoot one of your planes out of the sky. So, there's nothing that you can hear from these guys that's to be believed. And we'll just have to see going forward.
So he's not going to wipe out the civilization.
Where are we at with that? Old Taco,
Okay.
Trump, he backed off that. Now a ceasefire is going to give us some time. But Israel continued bombing Lebanon.
Right.
And so far Iran said, whoa. Hold off, we ain't agreeing to nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
You may say it's a ceasefire, but we're not agreeing to anything. Like the talks are off. It's like they're still getting hit. Why it's supposed to be
Yep.
a ceasefire.
Yep.
So I just saw on the radio before we came on air on the phone that they're tightening up the Strait of Hormuz again.
Well, I heard they were supposed to
Already.
co-manage this thing coming out of the White House, that they were going to exact tolls.
Well, if you
from
look at the
ships
White House,
coming
the
in
war was
and
over a
split
couple
them or
weeks
Does that sound like that makes any sense at all?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a financial deal, which is all Trump knows
Right.
about.
We're now
quite frankly.
buddy,
Yeah.
and there's partners.
Yeah.
Yeah, after I was going to obliterate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, again, every day changes. Like I said, by tomorrow, who knows?
So just stay tuned on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. There was some other interesting news coming out of the White House over the last week or so. Your girl got fired, Pam Bondi. Was that predictable? Was anyone shocked at this?
Yeah. Hey. Listen, her getting fired is about the equivalent of not leaving a $20 on the nightstand, $20 bill on the nightstand. After, she's just she hoarded herself for Trump as much as she possibly could,
Right.
and just didn't get rewarded for it. I don't know how you can be any more loyal to somebody.
Correct.
But she was just incompetently loyal. She looked like a fool while she was supporting him. It's hard to believe she is a lawyer, quite frankly.
right. Yeah.
But it's probably not long for her to be a lawyer, because I'm sure there is going to be a movement to have her disbarred as soon as, either Democrats take over the House or whatever it takes for that to be able to happen. But it's a good thing. Although the guy replacing her, which is, what's his name? I can't remember his name.
Blanche.
Todd Blanche,
Yeah, Todd Blanche.
who's the same guy
Yeah,
that went to visit Ghislaine Maxwell
In prison.
Right.
And as a result of that visit, she gets moved to a
Minimum
security.
a prison camp, quite frankly, where she literally has support dog visits and all this other kind of stuff. So he's another Trump loyalist. There's no change other than the name of the person that is doing Trump's bidding.
Now, is it safe to assume everyone signed NDAs that works in Trump's circle? Because I'm waiting on these books to come out.
That's a
and
good
it just
question.
hasn't happened.
That's a great question. I don't know if a government employee can sign an NDA about their time in government. That just doesn't sound constitutional to me. But it's a great question, and I don't know if anybody else has ever done it.
Robert, that is right. What has been done constitutionally wise anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
when has that been a...
Right.
Yeah.
So that'd be my
if you're subpoenaed to testify, I got this NDA, I can't say anything. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, the irony of this whole thing is an attorney general has been fired by a convicted felon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole irony.
The highest law enforcement official in the world.
Only in America.
And that's not the first one he's fired either.
That's right. That's right.
And there'll be more. Again, he's going to throw anybody under the bus. He needs to keep paving that way away from the Epstein files or to people agreeing. And Crazy Pete Hegseth, the drunk, will go along with him.
Yeah. And I got my first email. I was just telling you guys earlier. Get your water, get your non-perishable canned goods, because it's coming. All right.
Now expand on that thought.
That
was interesting.
Is that you can see that there is a turn in the tide, that even though MAGA doesn't, refuses to stop supporting Trump, the reality of what Trump is doing is coming to a head, and America's not going to stand for this. If America takes a stand against Trump has no alternative other than to take control of America militarily. And so Hegseth is firing all these generals, including the head of the ground forces.
So no oversight.
Yep.
Right.
So he'll put in loyalist generals who will do his bidding. And if he orders these guys to have martial law in the United States of America, and I know how crazy that sounds. Well, it doesn't sound crazy to me, because I've been saying that all along. But they will not allow the voters to take them out. It will have to be some other entity that takes this administration out, because they're not leaving
you talk
voluntarily.
about martial law. Look at what they did in L.A., Chicago, replacement. They implemented the National Guard coming out, all the ICE people. That, to me, is kind of like a dry run for just in case they have to. And to see something like that happen, as crazy as it sounds, it's not as crazy as it sounds. Unfortunately.
So I'm kind of in favor of that. Get your stuff just in case, don't build a bunker.
But I have gotten to a point where I've told you guys, I'm ready to drive across the line. Forget the visa or anything else. I'm going to claim asylum and try to go over there with my Canada with my cousins. And stuff. And I'm going to say, hey, man, I ain't going to be over there till they straighten that place out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I'm sorry. And I know people don't want to see, and I talk to people today that just say, this Democrat guy is speaking, he sounds crazy. They just want to avoid any issue with it. Like, it can't be that bad. But it's gotten that bad.
Yeah.
It just has.
And I said I wasn't going here, but you're taking me there. But this is the greatest country in the world. We are being led by either a fool or somebody that's insane.
Yeah.
And it is the stupid and it is the corrupt that are allowing him to be able to have the power that he has. And it's just crazy. It's a waking nightmare every day.
It really is.
Yep.
So what are the signs? What should we be looking for before we start gathering our nuts and buying guns?
One of the things I look for is, with this going on with Iran, it will escalate. How many more breaks is going to give to Russia? Let's go. Let's give them a sanction problem. Oh, we'll pass that. Let them get their oil. Do that. When will Russia or China or one of them step in to help Iran? Because they're not going to let the U.S. just do what they
Russia's
want.
going to help rebuild Iran. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and they're giving them intelligence already.
Absolutely.
But the question is, these talks, what do you want? What are the talks for?
Right.
Because if you're talking about their nuclear capability, it never existed anyway.
Right.
You only attacked so that you could change the narrative from the Epstein files.
Right.
So what is it that you want them to do? I don't even understand what that is.
Just try to make more money? I don't know. But the thing is, to open the straight.
Well, they
Hell,
want the straight
been
open.
Well, the straight was open,
Open
before,
before the
they
war.
bombed Iran.
Yeah, there wasn't any
Yeah.
issue. And that guy's 86 years old. You killed him. He ain't done nothing. Again, crazy people,
Yep.
whatever he might be.
Hey, his son
But he
is
had
worse
done-
than he is.
Right, right. His son and the people they put in his place
Yep.
will be worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now we're saying, or Trump said, we're going to blow you to smithereens. We'll get rid of all you. Oh, now you tell me they don't have any recourse?
Yep, yep.
This is going to go over well
Yep,
no matter what.
yep, yep.
I mean, the whole country, the European countries, everything. Look at us like, can you trust the United
Yeah,
States?
this dude is threatening to destroy a civilization.
Yes.
I just don't get it. I
Yeah,
just don't get it.
alienated
Yep.
NATO,
Yep.
so
Yep.
there's no support coming there.
No.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
You know, and that
Where has America's courage gone? I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
oh,
Okay. All righty. I want to talk about something a little bit more local. Particularly, we had a chance yesterday to go to the Akron City Council Town Hall.
Yep.
Which I found very interesting at Firestone.
Yep.
That's the first one of those I've attended, so the format kind of threw me a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought that the panel would have opening statements and remarks about
Yeah.
what they did and what they were looking for. Literally, the commentator or the moderator, I should
Yep.
say, just opened it up.
to question.
Yep. Yep.
Good evening, thanks for coming.
Yep.
Who's got questions,
Yeah.
right? And so, but there were a lot of citizens from throughout the city that had some legitimate concerns,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
One of them were one of the concerns involves the legitimacy of picking the next or this open seat
Right.
Right.
for the council.
Right.
And so, what are your thoughts on that, by the way, and based on what you heard?
Well, my thing is, at a regular council meeting, they would probably have other duties. This was to like let us know or voice our opinions.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it seems like, and Phil brought up the great question to them, but they couldn't answer, is they have in mind who they want to appoint.
Right.
That was brought up by other citizens.
Right.
And they had heard that
Yep.
too.
Yep.
So it's not just, hyperbole from someone saying, no, and the name was mentioned during the when they were up there. Everybody knew who was mentioned. Well, it looks like the committee, and that's why I asked who picks the committee.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
basically
Who
looked
picks the
like
committee?
Yeah.
The people left over that's not involved in something
Right.
Right.
are the ones that are picked. But how many of them were already talked to about who's going to be the next?
Just so people are following along.
Yeah.
The committee, which consists of 4 or 5 people.
5 people.
5 people.
They will elect or put in place the person that takes Fusco's seat.
They will
Yeah.
bring the person to the council to vote on, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
Right,
right.
to vote
That's
on.
exact.
Yeah, to
That's
vote
right.
on.
That's
Right.
right. Yeah.
That
They will
person.
select one person.
Right.
And they said there's only 3 applied.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So far.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
But
And so your question was excellent. Who
Right,
picked that committee
yes,
to
pick
select
it-
that one person?
Right.
Yeah.
And they had a tough time. Well, they said only X amount of people applied.
Yeah. There was no real process that
Yeah.
Exactly.
5 people voted. They said, who wants to be
Who's
on
left
it?
over?
Apparently
Yeah.
5 people said yeah,
Yeah.
and ball game. That's
Right.
what it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the rumor is that the fix is in, that they
Right. They-
already kind of know
who they want to appoint.
Yeah.
And that person would have to run
So that's
again
unfortunate.
for next year.
Yeah.
But this is at large who is like in charge of taking care of the whole city,
Right.
not just the ward.
Yeah. Right.
And I thought the great question was, if you leave a ward
Yep.
to apply for, what's
Right.
that saying?
Yep.
I thought I'll let you elaborate on that, but that was a great
Yeah,
question.
well, again, this guy Jeff Fusco
Yeah.
retired, I
Right,
guess.
yep.
Right.
And so the seat is open.
Yes.
The first 3 questions that were presented by members of the audience that night said that they heard the fix was in,
Yeah,
right.
and that they had already decided who they were going to pick.
Right.
And apparently, the guy that they were interested in was this guy named McKittrick.
McKittrick. Who was there in the front row.
Who is a sitting councilman in Ward 8, I want to say. I don't remember the ward, but I was thinking Ward 8. Okay. So if the fix is in, and this is what citizens are saying that
Right.
they've heard from the
Right.
council. So the question was, is it in, or is this a legitimate process?
Right. Correct.
And so the 2 people that responded, which were Somerville, who was the president,
Right.
and then this guy
Garrett.
Garrett.
Eric
yeah,
Garrett.
yeah.
Eric
So
Garrett.
listen, I give them kudos for standing up
Yes.
there and taking the question.
Right.
There were 3 other people up there
Right.
that did not take the question, and let me get those names because I wrote those down. Hannah,
Yep.
Johnny Hanna, Sharon Connor, and Bruce Bolden.
Right.
Quiet as church mice.
Yeah.
Didn't say a word.
Right.
Okay. And so those 3, apparently, and this is from talking to audience members after the thing, they're the 3 that are locked in on McKittrick.
Yeah. Allegedly. We
Yeah,
should throw that in
allegedly.
there.
Okay. But, so when the question was asked, have you heard?
And I think you asked for them to speak as
multiple
well.
times. Yeah. Well, I did. And they never took the mic. They never answered the question.
Yeah.
So the question is, is Hannah, Connor, and Bolden already? Is their decision already made?
Right.
Are they already quietly?
It would have been nice if we knew their names yesterday.
Yeah.
Asked
Exactly.
them.
So it's 3 out of 5, which is the majority vote, which gets this McKittrick in.
Yep.
And the kicker was McKittrick sitting there in the audience.
Yep.
He is sitting not front row, but second row center.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Doesn't open his mouth.
Yeah.
And so if he ends up deciding that he is going to move from his councilman seat, his ward seat, to put his hat in the ring for this at-large seat, then he's I don't know how you don't say he's a fucking liar. Because he sat there and listened to this and didn't raise his hand as a council person and then say, I'm interested in it and I want to do something about it. And those 3, Hannah, Connor, and Bolden, listen, I never met you, so I don't want to say first off that you're full of shit, but I'm hard pressed to understand how you can stand mute like that. At least Somerville and Garrett stood up and took the questions.
Yeah.
They took the arrows for those other 3.
Right.
So I give them all the credit in the world. But those 3 is suspect. The other thing, other than this, what they talked about throughout the night was, man, there was a very little confidence from the community in this city council.
Right.
Yep.
And so, this would just be a bad thing becoming worse if it turns out that that's the case.
You did a great job as you kept calling him on that. You talk about transparency. Do you know of any rumor?
Right.
And it was said, it's about McKittrick or whatever. They said it. But it's not true because he had not applied yet.
Yeah.
That's when McKittrick could have stood up and said, listen, I am going to apply. I didn't
know he was sitting
Yes. Center.
Or he can say, no, I'm staying at my Ward 8 or whatever. Which I
would have addressed him. I would have addressed him specifically if I knew he was.
Yeah, I didn't either. Until after the thing was over. That's right.
Got a lot of information.
Yep. And that's what people came up to say, it's McKittrick. It's McKittrick. And these 3 guys that we talked about, they're the ones.
That's pretty legit from hearing from so many people saying that.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going, that may not be a rumor, but if you're the council people or on that stage and you're responsible for your area and you haven't heard that, but all these citizens have, I'm hard pressed to find that.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. Do we know when this goes down? Is it like
I think it's like a month from
later
now,
this
something
summer?
like that, isn't it?
May or June, I think.
It's the end of the month.
I thought it was April 27th for some
is
reason.
it in April? 27th, because it's got to be done by April 30th. Or then I don't know how they do it. Now, someone said the mayor steps in or something else, but they've got to have it by then. You could apply all the way up to the 16th, I think. And then by the 27th, they've got to have a nominee to bring to council to get approved.
That would have been nice if the mayor would have been there. To
Mayor's catching bullets also. I don't think he's very popular these days either. But yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We'll invite him. We have invited him. We've invited him on the podcast.
I've emailed.
Yeah.
Did he reply to you?
No. I've emailed him probably 3 times from the Three Brothers podcast. Just said, hey, we'd like to interview, see what's going on in the city. We're all grew up here, and I congratulated him, everything.
Okay.
And have not heard anything back.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting. I'll follow up on that again.
Definitely need to follow up on that.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that before this vote.
Yeah, right. Exactly right.
Yeah. Make a note of that. Okay.
And not to interrupt, but anybody that is putting their hat in the ring for this role that wants to come on the Three Brothers podcast and state their case, we would be happy to host you.
Yes.
Definitely welcome.
Yes.
Definitely. Okay. All righty. So there was a Women's College National Championship a few days back. Got a lot of attention.
Yep.
UCLA defeated South Carolina. I think South Carolina was favored by a couple points.
Yeah. UCLA beat the crap out of South
Carolina.
Carolina.
UCLA had like 8 seniors, and they scored the last 100 points or something for the team or something like that.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was some crazy stat.
Yeah.
I guess they went 7-8 deep, and they were all seniors. And so I don't know if any of the underclassmen played or just didn't
One of the
score,
ones was Hawkins, whose brother plays for the Miami Heat that played for UCLA basketball. Their family's big out there. She scored 20-something, had 10 boards. And Lauren Betts, the center,
Lauren Betts.
6'7".
Well, she's outstanding.
She was dominated considering South Carolina had 2 girls about 6'7".
Yeah.
And went deep. But UCLA they played their butt off.
Yeah,
And
they were very good.
Yeah,
they looked like the better team.
Yeah, and we can go for that to how Don Staley handled that compared to.
I mean, that was very disappointing. Geno, Ariana. Listen, I don't follow college basketball, particularly women or men. But I like, when we get down to the Final Four in the championship, I'm all over that. It's very exciting basketball. So I've seen Geno, Oriana at that stage year after year after year with a good UConn team, always competing. I had never seen the side of him, and I was really, really disappointed in that. Don Staley is universally respected.
Right.
For her professionalism, the way she coaches, the product she puts out there, and for him to be really dismissive of her in that regard. With this petty thing about I waited 3 minutes for a handshake. That was unbelievable. I had never seen that side of him, so I was really disappointed. What was your?
I was through with him. And quite frankly, I said anybody that had signed a letter of intent to go to UConn to play basketball for REM, I hope they saw that, and I hope they decided to decommit and go to some other school. I could not have been more pissed off for what he did. It was, to me, it's the definition of white privilege, that you can go and just yell at somebody for something so simple at the beginning of a game. A handshake.
Said, wait a minute, it
you know
could
what
have been this 3-minute handshake.
Even if she never came out to shake your hand,
right?
You know what? You don't reply. You don't respond to somebody's act of classlessness, which it wasn't, quite frankly, with your own act of classlessness. And when you know, quite frankly, your exhibition is on national television, while that mid-court handshake pre-game, nobody is looking about. And quite frankly, nobody even knows about, quite frankly. You know what? It's hardly a big deal.
Geno is a prick, to be very honest. He always has been. But he has that respect for the game because usually he wins. That showed sore loser all over it. And he took it out on someone that has great respect, and they had mutual respect for each other. That really showed the class. That was just not called for at all. I didn't see any reason.
Pat Summitt was on tape, the late, great Pat Summitt. They showed video of her years ago saying some disparaging comments about Geno Ariana. And I don't know exactly what happened. But she had said years ago that he was an asshole. So I guess he's got a history of this. Now, is it just women that he's done this with? I mean, we're talking women's basketball, so
most women's basketball coaches are women, quite frankly.
But the thing with him is he's very wide open who he is. This is who he is. But he's always been that way. And let's face it, with all of his winning, he hasn't had too much time to be like negative or bitchy. But he's very honest in his opinion, the way he is. People that pay for it said he's a son of a bitch.
I don't mind straight shooters, but he seemed like a poor.
Well, again, that's
a poor loser. I mean, that was sour grapes, right?
Yeah.
It's classless.
That's it.
Well, one of the things with greatness is assholiness goes with it a lot of times. You know what I mean? So he's a piece of crap. I don't remember Jim Boeheim from Syracuse was a piece of crap. Bobby Knight was certainly a piece of shit. You got. For my money, Phil Jackson was a piece of shit. Even this dude that just got hired to coach North Carolina, that was Malone. Malone. It's not Mike Malone. It's Mike Malone.
Yeah. His brother was with the Cavs or something, or his son or something.
So your ego's through the roof, and maybe it has to be to be able to be in those positions. It doesn't necessarily.
Nothing reveals character like adversity.
Right?
That really shows your colors. So, and you see how Don took it when she lost. She couldn't have been more classy.
Exactly right.
But let's be real now. She knew the cameras were on her as well. They were going to compare her response to losing to his, and she knew that. But she wouldn't have been Geno under any circumstances anyway. So you're absolutely right about that.
How about UConn's coach, Hurley, the men's coach? The way he whines. He's like a Luka Doncic.
Are you kidding me?
On the coaching sideline. He is unbelievable.
Both of those UConn men's coach and women's coach are pricks, for lack of a better word. You know what I mean?
They're geniuses. They're great
coaches, very intense, very dedicated.
The explosiveness and the things they say. But when you win, you can get away with it.
Winning does cure all.
It does.
It
does.
But
he's wow.
So anyway, I understand that there was one apology that looked to be written by maybe someone part of the staff. But then he came back, and I guess there was one that was more personal to downstate.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. Were you satisfied with it? Was
the
it
second
appropriate?
one was very good.
Was appropriate.
He said something like, "I lost myself." So it's
Okay.
very sincere.
Okay.
It could only have come from him. There's nobody that could have written that on his behalf.
Right.
That
Okay.
was sincere, and that was from him.
I didn't like the first one.
The first one was bullshit.
I didn't like the first one.
He's still pissed.
Yeah.
But he was pissed, but he knew he had to apologize.
He
on the first one.
didn't say her name.
Yeah.
Boy, that stood out.
Yeah. But the second one, they had not talked when he had issued the first one.
Yeah, right.
They had spoken since the first
he gave
one,
her a call.
and then he came out with that second one.
Yeah.
And it was everything. And listen, prick or no prick.
Yeah.
It was. I took it as a sincere apology, and I appreciated it. And I said, all right, that is all that needs to be done. Now, if you do something to make that apology null and void, then that's another thing.
I'm usually good with that.
But I'm forgiving.
A sincere apology.
Absolutely.
I'm usually good with that. I mean, it depends on the crime, but most of those offenses.
To anybody that might have been offended by what I said, that crap.
You give me a sincere apology.
Marketing department wrote that crap. Yeah, absolutely. No, this one came direct from Geno, and it was as solid an apology as I can remember anybody giving.
Then I'm happy.
Absolutely.
And again, we can all be assholes.
It's easier to like somebody than not like them.
Yeah.
It really is.
And even if they're pricks, I don't much care as long as your prickness just doesn't go too far.
Right. Your prickness shouldn't hurt somebody else.
Well, you know what? I think that's why, again, with Hurley, he came over and spent time talking to Michigan's coach and everybody else out there. And I think he kind of thought, well, you know what? I can't afford to have any attitude or anything else out here. I think that. Now, he's that way, and let's face it, he's a great coach. He's won a lot. But that stuff goes a long way, man. It's a game. You know, and when you start losing back then, all the money you make, I understand. Because I
you know what? You coach on a pretty good big level, Jay. How tell me about the sting of losing when you think you should win and how you have to conduct yourself.
I've always, as pissed as I've been, after I don't care how bad the officiating was, how bad we got our ass kicked. When I walk across the field, one thing I wouldn't let that coach do is look like he got the better of me. So I'd shake his hand, look him in the eye, and say, "Hey, great job, coach. Way to kick our ass, coach." And just walk him
Exactly.
I'm not going to let you see that I'm offended. That you
That's right. That's
I'm
right.
gonna never let you get that. And I'm gonna walk inside and go, God damn it. I'm gonna go up in, but never on the field. Unless we had an issue one time where I was not the head coach and we were and the coach of the team started fighting their players then we're trying to get
This is after the game?
Yeah, we're trying to get kids out of the way. That's nuttiness. You see some of that. But again, I would never let anybody come across and look at me like, you know, I got you.
Got you.
You know, that's fine. Because one day I'm going to do it to you too.
That's just what it is.
It's classy enough just to be done with it, shake hands, man. You know, and then go in and say, hey, you know what? We just
That's right.
How hard is it to be a good loser? You know what I mean?
Damn hard.
I would think so.
Because especially if you're a competitor.
Head up, chin out, smile on your face. Know you hurt, know you're mad, disappointed. Everybody's pissed at you.
But
you got to put that face on, right?
You got to put the face on. You got to. And sometimes late in my career, I felt like I was starting to lose that. That came along with the conditions of.
You were going, not Bobby Knight, but who was the guy at Old State?
Woody Hayes.
Remember,
he punched a dude from Clemson.
Clemson. He just lost it. I said, well, that's it. That's
that was ball game.
That's what about doing for Woody.
Exactly.
Recruited by the time look that way.
Ball game.
That's about it for Woody. Woody was up to here with that bullshit.
But
He's
you know
like,
what?
okay.
I knew what kind of. Back then, how intense those coaches were allowed. But I think that's where I became the dinosaur too, though. It's like with parents and now social media, text groups.
Oh, yeah, it's not different
the whole
now.
school's involved.
People,
no, that's not me. We coach way better down there. You guys stay there. I used to tell parents, our parents, never approach a coach before or when he comes off the field. Come, sit, talk to us. After the game, we'll set up an appointment. But the temperature is not good at that time to be discussing anything. And I got to.
I think my son should be playing more. What are you doing?
Exactly.
I got approached at halftime of the game by a drunk. And I almost.
It was a parent or a fan?
A parent. And I almost punched him. And I went in there. I was losing.
Mad about their kid.
Yeah, and I was losing it after. We got our ass whooped. But that was one time I
now you got to deal with this crap.
Yeah, I knew that it was about time.
Okay. I'm getting too old for that shit.
Remember Bill Kirk at the Rubber Bowl?
No.
The dude went under the stands at the Rubber Bowl into the ref's office to rip the refs for the game.
Yeah.
It was too funny.
There you go. Yeah.
It was too funny.
Right.
Oh my
You know,
goodness.
that again shows with the passion.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I say, like, during the game when stuff happens like that, the emotions of the game, people don't
Yep.
know people that aren't into sports are that competitive.
Yeah.
Don't understand it.
Yep.
Why that guy reacted. But listen, man, you're
Yep.
so amped up
Yep.
that
Yep.
you do stuff and you look after. When you calm down and your temperature comes down, you go,
Yeah.
God, that was dumb.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
at the time, hell
Yeah.
no, we're going for it.
Hey, that's why when you see a ref at the end of that game, that whistle blows, they are headed for the door.
Absolutely.
They are not.
Out.
Hey,
Absolutely.
no handshaking,
rush.
no looking at the
Laser
crowd.
focus. And they-
Ball game.
all
My
of them.
responsibility has ended.
Yeah.
Right.
My job
Yeah.
now is to get the hell out of
And
here.
people really don't notice him leaving.
Yeah.
Oh,
often.
man. This
You
is
know.
the high school games.
They hit
As
the-
that game
Oh,
hits,
ball
they're
game,
gone.
man.
Gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, we've seen this in Little League and everything else.
Yeah.
Where I saw a guy come out and clock a 16-year-old
shit.
kid who was
Yeah.
umpiring the
Oh,
game.
yeah.
A baseball game with
Yep.
kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
going, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we live through these kids too much. Where all the asshole parents I look at
Yeah.
are the ones that are living through their kids,
Yep.
saying, you know, that I should have been more and everything.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
so my children,
Right.
Yep.
you know,
Right.
and that's
Yep.
unfortunate.
Todd Marinovich. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we
Yep.
always say
Exactly.
that, like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
when,
yeah.
when the kids have
Yeah,
problems,
yeah.
we used to always say it's the staff is, again, can't blame the kid.
Yeah,
You know, the apple don't
yeah.
fall far from the tree.
Yeah,
most
yeah.
of the time.
So I like Denzel at the end of that movie. I can't remember that football movie Denzel did when he was coaching.
Any gift? Not any gift.
Remember the
the
Titans.
Titans.
Remember the
Remember the
Titans. Yeah. So the coach called him a monkey or something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Before the championship game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he went in the handshake line, shook the coach's hand, just professional as he could
Yeah.
be. Then he turned around, threw the coach
Threw the peel.
He threw him a banana.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
banana
yeah,
peel.
yeah.
Was it the whole banana?
No, it was a whole banana.
Okay.
Whole
Whole
banana.
banana,
Yep. Exactly.
I got to meet him, the real coaches from that, because when Sean Cotton played for me, we played in the All-Star game in San Antonio, and Dave spoke there, and we got to talk.
is that right?
afterwards. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Wow.
Unreal, yeah.
I'll be.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that was something.
That's cool. All right, so this isn't really on our radar, but when we're talking about beefs. Are you guys up on this Stephen A. Matt Barnes?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw
Have you
that.
seen
Yeah,
that?
I saw it.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Like, you know, they were cool. Like Stephen A. Excuse me, Alan. Stephen A. was on the All the Smoke
Yeah.
podcast
Uh-huh.
with Matt
Yep,
Barnes. They
yep,
gave
yep.
him love.
Yep.
And he talked about how he, you know, the allegations of being a coon because of his comments about Serena and Kamala Harris, etc.
Yep.
And they let him, you know,
Yep.
Voices.
voice his opinion. And then I don't know what he did that pissed him off recently. Did he do
Yeah.
something?
Yes.
Something he
Do you
did
know what it was?
recently.
I don't know what it was.
What he did was
What'd he do?
criticized LeBron.
That's what it
talking
was.
about Memphis, but he was
Oh, that's
talking
right.
with some white guys.
That's what it
Yeah.
was.
He's going like, you know, basically like you have a lot of nerve.
Right.
You know, going with these white guys down there.
Yeah, yeah.
Matt Barnes is like, you ain't no way you need to be
Yeah.
speaking out about anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
You lost so much cred with us, brother.
Yeah.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
No, that's
And I
what
saw.
he
Did you see
called-
that video?
No, I did not.
Oh,
LeBron was
man.
like on a tee box,
Uh-huh.
and it was some, I don't know, looked like a corporate thing.
Yeah.
It was about him and 4 or 5 white guys. And LeBron, and they were asking him about, this was when the Memphis thing
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out.
right, yeah.
Because LeBron had to answer to that in the locker room.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But he was saying cities he can't stand playing in. And it was Memphis and Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Later, he said Cleveland. He cleaned it. He threw that in there.
What do you mean? Couldn't stand playing in Cleveland?
There were 2 cities he couldn't stand playing in: Memphis and Milwaukee. He was just saying a random two. He said, "I'm
Right.
41 years old. Been in the league 20
Yeah.
years.
Yep.
To be in Memphis on a random Tuesday or Milwaukee, it sounds like there's nothing going on. Nothing
Yeah.
to do with
Facilities
yeah,
aren't
yeah.
the best. or
Right,
whatever.
right.
Yeah.
And he was saying Memphis needs to move to
Nashville.
anyway.
Right,
A lot
right.
of people have been saying that.
Uh-huh. Right.
And it's it really pissed off the owner of Memphis because he's trying to revitalize his team. Anyway, Stephen A. got on him for downplaying them and
Right. And
these
playing with
cities.
the white
These
guys.
are predominantly black
Yeah.
cities.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
And saying like basically he's playing golf with the white guys, and you know how's that look talking about Memphis? And
Right.
Like he started really jumping on that side where Matt Barnes is like, whoa, with all the shit we put up with you,
Right. And Matt
Yeah.
Barnes went
He
hard.
called him
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Say,
Called him
You're
off.
over there. You're over there tap dancing
Yep.
for the people,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Trump's people and all that kind of
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
And
He really
Stephen A. I thought he had a pretty good response. Did you see his response?
I didn't.
He had a pretty good response to it. I can't do it any justice, but it's on YouTube if you want to type in Stephen A. response to Matt Barnes.
Okay.
And then today, Matt Barnes responded to Stephen A. And he just basically said, we're not going to go tit for tat. I heard what you said. And I really do have a lot of respect for you. You were one of the guys that when I first came into the league, I could look to and get information and get guidance from. And I respect that. So his tone was a lot more calm.
Yeah.
And it had respect on it. But he kind of...
I did see that. He basically said, well, what happened to you, man? That's what he said. What happened to you?
So he didn't so much criticize him. Right. He didn't go coon and get tap dance. He did say you changed. You're not the same brother. In fact, the guy that I met when I was a rookie would have smacked the guy that you are now.
The Stephen A. rookie would have smacked the Stephen A.
He said, so you have changed. And it sounded like Stephen A.'s more corporate and
exactly right.
kowtowing to corporate folks.
But I like the fact that people can call each other out, and make peace or whatever. But you know what? Stuff festers and people don't talk about stuff because they're afraid of what the backlash means. I don't like that. If you want to stand up for who you are.
Be 10 toes down.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you catch some shit for it, so But I'm
not a big Stephen A. fan, but I like his response to Matt Barnes. You should Google it.
I'll take a look at it.
He addressed everything Matt Barnes said about him. He even talked about what he said about Kamala and Serena. Was disappointing to me when it came out that he had criticized Serena, talking about if that was my wife. You remember,
and Serena's husband fucked her up. Fucked him up, So
I didn't agree with it. But he denied, say I was wrong, And again, when people sincerely apologize.
Steven said he was wrong?
Yeah. He said, I shouldn't, I'm not married. You're right. I don't have a wife, so I have no right to tell you what to do with your wife. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Right,
but he owned what he said. He said, "You know what? You got a point. I'm wrong. I was wrong on that."
Well,
I give Phil when people sincerely apologize. I'm good with them. I'm pretty good. Now I'm not telling you I'm a fan of Stephen A's.
Right.
But I thought his apology. I thought his whole response was sincere, and I'm good with it.
I may be also. I didn't hear it, so I can't answer that.
You gotta hear it.
Yeah, but the fact that he is,
as opposed to defending.
Yeah, but
I didn't mean it. This is what I was trying to say. You took it out of context. That bullshit.
Right.
He owned it.
Okay, but
go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, but the fact of the matter is that he kowtows to white people, and this is a white guy that he's apologizing to.
Yeah.
So if he's apologizing to some black folk, then I would tend to give him a little more credit. But if I add up the things that Stephen A's done good versus the things he's not done good, it's just, for me, he's done. I'm done with him. He's just gone to the other side. He's not a good brother. He is all about Stephen A.
Right.
Every once in a while, he'll do something to sort of appease the black community, is what I feel. But he is all Stephen A., all corporate, like you said.
I
but
agree.
He's,
I agree. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. You know what? I think we all are. I think that too.
Yeah.
My thing is, though, and I agree with you too, though. When you get a sincere apology, I don't have to agree with everybody. Just like we tell the people watch the show, you don't have to agree with me. I'm not asking. I'm saying make your point.
Right.
Tell me what you think and what I'm wrong with. Because I'll discuss that with you. I don't give a shit you don't like me.
Right.
That doesn't matter.
Right.
And there's some of the guys out here doing something I don't like. I'm not a big fan of. It's not that I'm a hater. I hate him.
You've always been I don't give a damn type dude.
The guy
You've always been free.
Yeah, but I think that's what's great. Because, that's how I think this works. We can talk about shit. We're not afraid. We're unapologetic.
Right.
We say that.
That's right.
I think I tell people when they go to listen, it shows, hey, we're going to be who we are.
That's right.
When I tell you, and again, I'm not saying you have to agree with us.
Right.
That don't mean I don't get along with you.
That's right.
Just don't speak about the shit we don't get along about.
I don't
know, but that's it. I just, again, I agree to disagree with you. But.
Okay, cool. I just tossed that in. It wasn't even a topic.
Yeah, that was a good one, though.
So I actually wanted to pivot from the women's college national championship to the men's college championship, Michigan versus UConn.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about Dan Hurley earlier, but boy, Michigan had a pretty good team. Those are some big guys, talented, well coached. Because UConn's a very good team.
Yeah.
Dan Hurley can coach.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was a good game. I thought it was very competitive. It was entertaining, and I think the best team won.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any bad calls or fluke plays. Or some star got hurt or got in foul trouble. I thought it was a good game throughout.
I totally agree with that. And it's funny, as in the age of basketball we're in, UConn brought back those veteran players. Michigan's whole starting five were new this year. They were all brought in
Uh-huh.
through the portal. But that coach, Dusty May, is from Florida Atlantic. Who
Yeah.
he took to the. He knows how to recruit. He got those guys to buy in, and it wasn't Michigan's offense, which had been scoring 100 points. And I told the wife, I told her the other night when they beat Arizona so bad, I said they're making too many shots. Don't shoot yourself out. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't have, man, they were over 10 from 3 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I went,
They
"Oh,
were
God."
right.
Yeah.
But they were in the game.
Yeah.
You know
They were
what?
down
Their-
4 points,
their
2 points, 3
defense-
points.
Their defense is superb. Their defense was excellent. They blocked
When's the
so
last
many
time you
shots.
seen that many block shots?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Everybody coming
Listen,
down. They was,
hey,
bam.
They
that
switched
center-
every position.
He's for a 7'2" guy.
yeah, yeah.
You figure they're not that athletic. That
Right.
dude was timing his jump.
Oh, they were
beautifully,
blocking
man.
some
Yeah.
shots,
Yeah.
man.
They
Yeah.
go their 6'9" guy that was
I
injured,
enjoyed that.
That was injured. That, like he still blocked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy,
Yaxie. He's what a humble kid.
Number 23?
Yeah, I like that. kid a
Yeah.
lot. He was the big.
he gave
kid.
him all he had. He was hurt.
Yeah, the Big Ten.
But he came in blocking shots.
He
Yeah.
said,
Got
you
him.
know,
I think he had
I'm
about
mad
12
at myself
points.
at halftime. I'm playing terrible.
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
do better.
Yeah.
But their whole team, the guard that came from North Carolina, the little 6'1" kid.
Yeah, the guy with the dreads or whatever.
Man,
Uh-huh.
Cat is
He was nice.
strong.
He's
he plays
nice.
his ass off. The way they covered the 6'10" guy underneath 12 points, 10 boards, 2 blocks, but they switch everybody. That you got to be able to move your feet.
Yep, yep.
You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
To
Yep.
be able to switch it. They kept UConn playing around the
on the perimeter.
three-point line. Yes. the whole
Yep.
time.
Yep.
And when they went inside, if they won, it was 2 going
Yep.
block shots.
Yep.
I just thought that was the key. Their
Boy, that
defense
was-
kept that game so well. Yeah.
And you saw the game, right?
Yeah. Now I enjoyed the game. I didn't feel like it was a particularly graceful basketball game.
No,
It just didn't
Yeah.
feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was frenetic. The pace
It was, yeah,
unbelievable for a minute.
The rim, a missed shot, man. That rim made so much noise,
When they hit the rim?
Yeah.
We talked about
It really
that
did.
2 games ago.
Yeah.
It's
Is
not
that
like
right?
the rim was
Yeah,
busted.
man.
Yeah,
I kinda like that, though.
It was clanking like it just made me feel like you're playing outdoors.
I know.
And how hard it is to make a shot
But we're gonna
when you're
fix
playing
that damn
outdoors on the
thing.
court. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but the dunks were. It seemed like it really had an emphasis when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
dunked the ball.
Well, I
Yeah.
think that's
Because of the
because
sound.
they
Yeah.
did dunk
They
the
had
rim
that
too
mic
many
in there.
times.
Yeah.
That thing boing.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I'm going, that's got too much.
Oh,
But it
man.
made it sound like they were shooting bricks right in
Yeah,
front of
yeah,
the rim.
exactly.
Right?
And I guess there's no way you can turn away from that arena. But 70,000 people in a basketball game is a lot of people in a basketball game, man. And I just can't imagine if you were in the 70,000
Thousand.
seat. Excuse me.
You want another
You know what I'm
fireball?
saying?
Yeah. Give him another
You know what I'm
shot.
saying? I can't imagine that you can enjoy watching that game from that distance.
I think it's the whole.
I'll be honest with the thing.
atmosphere.
And they're half bombs on there or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there ain't no way hell I'd be there.
Yeah, I've been to a Final Four though before, and
Have you?
yeah, it ain't all that.
I've been to a Browns game.
I know. Let me put it differently. I'm sorry, because Jordan was just a baby. He threw up on Mia and Patricia before the
Okay,
game
yeah.
started.
Wait,
You know,
wait, wait.
You were at
it was
the
a
game with the
mess.
babies?
Yeah, well, we brought Jordan to the game. He was just born.
Yeah.
So this is obviously
Yeah.
At a
30 years
Final
ago.
Four?
Yeah.
With a baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we had just had the baby, and so we won a trip from work. So we
Right.
took Jordan to the game. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
I
And
thought it'd be too loud and too.
Oh, listen, we couldn't get in the game because he had to have a ticket. This dude's
No way.
he's like 2 months old. He had
Are
to
you
have a
serious?
ticket. They wouldn't let us in the game.
could've put him in your coat pocket.
Oh, we had to. We had
You
to,
gotta be kidding
we had to get
me.
his ticket from a scalper to get into to the game.
That's something. Now, see, that's bullshit.
Yeah. So
That's
if
terrible.
you're talking about money, and this 30 years ago,
Yeah, right,
you
right.
know
How much
today,
they're making now.
that it's just too much money for them to turn
gotta
away from
be
that arena.
kidding
So
me.
it's just, I didn't think it was the best site for a basketball team to play in, or for the attendee that's at the game to watch a game. It'd be nice if it's Indianapolis, whatever Indy's basketball arena is,
Yeah.
But too many people, too much money, can't do it.
Yeah.
That's just the way that it is. But I like a more fluid game of
Right, yeah.
basketball, and I just didn't. It wasn't that I didn't like the game, because I did, because there's a lot of drama.
Right, it
'Cause
was.
UConn never went away.
No.
which I liked. It was very good. Listen, I really like that freshman kid Mullins from
man.
UConn. I
UConn.
like that kid.
That kid's got nerve.
I like
and
him
he's
too.
gone. He's going to be a top
Yeah.
15 draft pick
6'6".
apparently. Yeah,
6'6".
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was that tall.
Yeah, he's
But he blocked a shot, man.
Yeah,
He stuffed somebody. So
he
Blocked
slapped
some
him.
shots and he got some offensive rebounds.
Yeah,
Get some balls down.
The only thing that I did not see him do is anything with the ball. He was an off-ball shooter.
Off-ball shooter,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Right. Good point.
And so it'd be interesting to see how good he is.
Yeah,
as
going to the hole.
Exactly, all that
Making
stuff.
adjustments
Well,
in the air.
I tell you what, I did
switching
like though
hands.
UConn is the rest of their team too, but the 6'11" center who's strong as hell inside, and that Caravan. Caravan gets
Yep.
He rebounds,
Yeah,
scores.
yeah.
He's in
Yeah.
ready to shoot from nowhere.
Yep.
He went right to the hole on people. And he's a senior.
Yeah,
That's you could tell that was
Yep.
that older guy trying to get younger.
Yep.
Yeah.
He wanted to intimidate him.
Yeah.
Well, you know, watching the NBA, which is a pretty bad product right now.
Right. Yep.
You know, these 3-on-1s, you got a guy coming with the ball and two
And
people
fishing
run
for
to the
the three.
corner.
Yeah.
And every shot's a three-pointer.
Yep.
This college national championship,
They're
they
going
were
to the
going
hole.
to the
Yeah,
hole.
Yes, they're going to the hole.
Now,
Absolutely.
a lot of blocks, but it was
Yeah.
kind of a
Yeah.
throwback
Yeah.
to how basketball used to
Yeah.
be.
Yep.
Say that,
And
right,
it was the
exactly
type
right.
of game where if you're up 2 points, 4 points, 6 points,
Yeah.
that was a lot.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly
It was
right.
not these,
Yeah.
I'm hitting a bunch of threes and I'm
Right.
up
Yeah,
15,
yeah,
18
Well,
points.
before you know it,
Yeah, that game stayed close all the way.
Yeah.
And listen, one of the things, Michigan was like 22 out of 23 for free throws.
Right.
At
Yeah.
one point in the
Right.
game,
Yeah.
which was
Right.
remarkable
Yes.
Yeah.
that these
Yes.
kids were doing that well in the
Yeah.
free throw. And that gave them their lead. And quite
Absolutely.
frankly, that's the difference in the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was.
You know, it really was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got him in foul trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I like the physicalness
Yeah.
of it. I like that they let him play.
Yeah, let them play.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were very
They
physical.
did. They
Yeah.
did. Refs
They
were
really
good.
did. I
Refs
like the
were
way
good.
They let him
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let 'em play.
I like that UConn had a Michigan kid on
Yeah,
their
right,
team.
right.
Yeah.
I
They
like
cut him
that.
after
And there was
10.
no vendetta. You
No,
know what I
right,
mean?
right, right.
Yeah,
After the
exactly.
game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
No,
really
that
enjoyed
was-
that.
that
Yep.
was good.
I enjoyed that.
That
Yep.
was good.
Yep. Yep.
Good, good. All right, so I want to talk a little bit. Jay, you're going to drive the bus on this one. Your Guardians off to a pretty good start this year.
Ooh, yeah, you know
And
what?
this kid Delata is
Delata,
kinda-
Chase Delata. Now,
Yeah.
the good thing about it, he's 6'3".
See how he lit up?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, did you see how we just took?
I got my gear.
You know, hey,
Go ahead,
hey,
Jay.
Prepare to listen. So,
hey, I'm thinking about something. I had text Andre not during the one game. 'cause
Andre's
their
doing a great
short-
job, by
Their
the
shortstop pulled
Oh,
a hammy running. And Andre said, that weather. You know, he goes, I hate it running that weather, bro. And he texted me back. Because
This other night when it was real cold in Cleveland?
Yeah, that Arias was brown at first, pulled a hammy. You just did that weather.
Yeah.
But he's a great shortstop. But Delata, this big kid, we need a power hitter to go along with Ramirez. Because Ramirez is kind of like, they'll pitch around him.
Right.
And Jose is one of the best players, athletes, to come out of Cleveland, period. I mean, he's played there that long, he's earned it. And he's set records for his playing,
Okay.
never takes days off, great third baseman, can run, steal base, hits both hands, hits homer, multiple. But we don't have that bat behind him that's consistent danger.
So you need-
Right now, this Delata's got 5 homers, 11 RBIs. At this stage, he's batting
What's
275.
he? What spot is he batting in right now?
I think he's batting behind Ramirez.
Okay, well, that's where you want
Yeah,
him.
you're setting him up. Right?
Okay,
So-
because you can't pitch around Ramirez.
yeah,
Right,
right,
right.
all right, because this guy gets on, maybe he makes a homer, and now get 2 or 3 runs.
Right.
Quan's moved to center, which he's doing a great job. Knowing, I look at the weather they're playing in, and I don't get mad at any score, any batter, any pitcher.
Right.
Because you come out of spring training down in Arizona or something,
Yep, yep,
all of a
yep.
sudden it's 35 degrees
Oh, yeah.
that late.
Absolutely.
You know, and the wind,
Absolutely. Yeah.
hey, man, no one's going to go crazy up there. So their pitching's been good, though.
Okay.
Their role players, the people they have playing, are good. But I love the fact that Delata has picked up. That's hopefully this stays with his big kid.
So
He's
wait a minute,
got
where's the
some-
ladder come from? He's from another team. He's
yeah,
not.
just a younger guy. They got up, and I don't know the whole story.
Okay.
But I'm watching, and the first.
How old is the ladder? Is he?
He's young. He's
Okay, still in his 20s.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and he again 5 homers. He's batting 275, which means he's making good contact.
Right.
Anyway, and he went 1 for 5 or something the other night, but a home run.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of?
Joe Charbonneau.
Joe Charbonneau. Joe Charbonneau came out of nowhere.
Yeah, but let's hope it's not 1 year though.
I know.
But but all seriousness, to have this young guy batting like this now playing, hopefully stay with because he's a big kid.
Yeah.
Hope he keeps some power numbers up enough that playing behind Ramirez, especially if he's got a decent average, will really help.
What's your projection then for the Guardians?
Well, you know what? The sky's the limit for me all the time, just because.
I mean, are they a playoff team?
Yeah.
Okay,
I believe
okay,
so.
okay,
The
okay.
thing is, who stays healthy, who gets injured. That's it.
Right.
You know, if you can keep these guys healthy. Thing about it is Cleveland's pitching looks well enough. If they can stay deep in the bullpen or keep guys off base enough, and their pitching's been pretty good so far, but it's early. But if they can get on, and score some runs. Late in the game at home, they're good, but Stephen Kwan's only batting once it's 3. But that's, come on, he'll be a 300 hit, 275. They've got the guys enough, but you got to to be a team that's not in the big market, you've got to have that year.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to have that spark
Yep,
where
yep,
the
yep,
ladder
yep.
comes on,
Yep.
35
Yep,
home.
yep, yep,
You know,
yep.
that 1 year before
Right.
someone, Yankees,
Right.
Yep.
we got to get through that and we stay healthy.
Yep.
Say one of the top teams get banned. Boston's playing like crap.
Uh-huh.
The Yankees, the number loaded, but we got to wait till you get to them.
Yeah, yeah,
Other
yeah.
guys get injuries. Stay
What's
healthy.
Detroit doing?
Detroit's going to be up there. They're going to have. They might have a better team than they did last year. They got a couple other players in, but again, will they stay healthy pitching there? And if the Indians are healthy and pitching well,
Guardians.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man, but it's so hard to break
I
that.
know, right. All the
but
years.
if they stay healthy and playing like that, again, they've got the shot. You know,
Okay.
but it's going to take everybody.
So what does their pitching? What does their pitching look like?
Well, their pitching is good. The starters are good. The big thing is like the bullpen. Remember, they lost a couple of those guys.
Right.
and all that.
Right.
But even if they have closer by committee right now,
Right.
so they find that person. Right now, the guys that are in there pitching are pitching pretty damn well. They took 2 out of 3 for the Dodgers.
Okay.
They just took 2 out of 3 for Kansas City, which are all good teams.
The Cubs, I think they played.
Yeah, the Cubs took a little bit, but the Cubs played well. And again, though, you look at the weather. They lost 1-0,
Yeah.
one game, 2-1 or whatever.
Right.
No one was hitting the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like it was sticking their hand when they were doing it.
I want to ask you this as an athlete. You mentioned the guy pulled a hammy because of the cold weather. So if you can't stay warm, are you susceptible to?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that what it is?
The thing is, hydration, everything counts. But most of the time, them guys will be in there riding bikes, stretching in between.
Okay, when it's
And they
cold like
stretch
that,
crazy.
keep it
Yes.
moving.
Yeah.
Keep it warm.
Have the long shorts underneath to warm it up, or whatever.
Yep.
But anytime in a game like that, and you haven't sprinted, and baseball's one.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
face it,
Yep,
baseball,
yep, yep.
I'm playing short as
Yeah.
how much you move.
Right.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden I hit one again.
Like
and I got a
explode.
hold.
Yeah.
I took off when he took
Yeah.
around that first base. He started
Boom.
reaching back.
Yeah.
Hammy.
Yep.
Right away. I texted on that damn.
Yep.
And sure enough, it was.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a muscular guy too. You've got to really try to keep that as stretched and loose as you can. You go ahead and sit in the dugout,
Yeah.
walk up.
Right.
There's not a lot of staying warm between the game. And that kind of weather, it's the worst.
Okay.
And that's an injury you really don't know when it's healed. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It feels better,
Yeah.
but
You
you
don't
really
need nothing.
you gotta
Yeah.
test it and you know what I mean? If-
That's the worst one to have.
Yeah.
Unless you torn the Achilles.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the worst injury because I've seen it.
Yep.
Shelve guys for
Yep,
a year.
yep,
Right.
yep.
The thing about it is it may feel better, but you ain't sprinting.
Yeah.
And that's a tough one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're getting close to we're wrapping up the regular season with the Cavs. As of today's date, they got like 2 or 3 games left.
Right.
Like a couple back-to-backs with Atlanta and then Washington.
Yeah.
According to the critics, the analysts, I should say, they want to stay in that 4th seed.
Yeah.
The path. You remember last year
Yeah.
when we had this path where we
Yeah.
could play, we could avoid
Yeah.
so it's
the
all-
Knicks.
we could avoid the Knicks and Detroit,
Yeah.
Boston, and,
Yeah.
and Indiana because 5-1 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so that's on the table. They like the 4th seed. They like the path, the bracket, or whatever you want to call it. I like this team. I don't know how long all these new acquisitions have to play in jail. We talked about Strus a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
My goodness, has he looked good? And I think I was on record saying
They don't need it.
I don't think we need him this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where do you play?
Yeah.
Right.
And sure enough, Strus comes in, plays great defense, hitting the 3, hustling, physical,
Yep.
everything you want out of. So I'm so happy. I was dead wrong on that. Here's my question though: where do you see Cleveland going today, and what's satisfactory or not satisfactory in terms of their postseason run? Right? What makes the season a bust or a success? I guess as we enter postseason.
I'll say Eastern Conference Finals. They
Minimum.
Yeah.
literally, they have 2 years ago, they lost second round. Pretty much expectations was right where they were.
Right.
Last year, they really set the league on fire, where people like Charles Barkley and such were saying that the Cavs are going to the finals.
15-1 or 15-0 or something.
Yeah, something crazy. And so they came out on fire, and they played well throughout the season.
Yeah.
And injuries got them at the end of the season also, but still a second round exit. Second round exit for this team is
But
failure.
not just second round exit, 4-1.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Losing 7 games, fighting or something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Right.
So, and you're right. There's probably a difference from where that, where that stands.
And then we lost the first 2 at home.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, in epic fashion, by the way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
epic fashion.
Right.
So, blew a big lead where they couldn't inbound the ball.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they just, that is unfortunate. That's
what
all
do
you can
you
say.
think? What we going to do, Jay? Bring me up, Jay.
It's all about rebounding. All about
Okay.
rebounding. Jared Allen at the tenacity has got to be well. He's got to play.
I know.
Now, my boy Bryant.
Yeah.
You like Bryant?
I like Bryant.
I like Bryant, but I wasn't sold yet on how many he can play. His numbers are good in the game. He does a great job backing up.
Yeah.
But
Plus minus.
yes, it's good.
It's very
And
good.
a physical element.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
And my man Larry Nance Jr. was in the other night.
Jay, I don't think he's going to see postseason minutes. I don't think he's going to see any postseason minutes.
Look out. I'm telling you. Larry's
He's high on Nance.
Yeah,
I like Nance.
You think he's going to play in the postseason?
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
And
All right.
one reason may be is
Mobley.
One reason.
Yeah.
When they went out on the coast against Golden State, we didn't have the height or anything.
Yeah.
Jared Allen was back and won. And you look at the stats.
Yeah.
Allen played 20-some minutes, had 18, 20 points, 14 rebounds for her. Mobley played 36 minutes with her, 12 points, 8 boards. That's not good enough.
Yeah.
He's dropping the ball again inside.
Yeah. He's
He
got
goes
terrible
off-
hands, though.
He goes off.
He got the worst hands in the
Yeah.
NBA.
Oh my God. He does some
So
great
Kwame Brown's
stuff.
hands.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, his hands is terrible.
Oh, he's got some great things he does.
Yeah.
But he disappears.
Yeah, he flashes. The ability's there. He does some
Yes, he
low
does
post
some great
moves, and you
stuff.
go, wow. But then,
But then it disappears.
He disappears.
And the thing is, we don't have that other guy in there that can play that. Now, Brian will help because they'll put him out at the 3-point
and
line.
Brian will hit some perimeter
Yeah,
shots and bring the bigger
absolutely.
guy out
Yeah.
a little
Absolutely.
bit, which opens his driving lanes and
And
stuff.
I think Harden does a great job with Allen in the game.
Yeah,
feeding him.
yeah.
So I'm fine there.
Yeah.
But that offensive rebounding, because when we're in the smaller lineup
Uh-huh.
with Harden and Merrill and Mitchell, and all
Yeah.
that kind of hurts.
Yeah.
We need that other guy.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get everybody back and healthy to play. But it's all hands on deck because I agree.
Yeah.
If you don't win it or you go out early,
Yeah.
it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, here's what I think is in their favor is that they should be comfortable in the postseason now. Where in the last couple of seasons,
Yeah.
I don't know that they just.
Yeah.
You know how you have to grow, you have to
Yeah.
experience
Not
defeat
year
to
to
be able
year,
to
yeah.
move to the next level.
Yeah.
They've had enough of that
Right.
now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
They have enough of what the postseason is like, the
Yeah.
disappointment of losing in that second round. And so I think their talent is going to take them as far as they go.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be a team that underperforms.
Right.
I think they'll perform at their best. I'm just not sure what their best gets them because
Yeah. Yeah.
those four teams that are in that top four
Yeah.
seed, any one of those four
Yep.
can be the guy that represents the Eastern
Yeah.
Conference in the finals. And I'll just say this for certainly Boston and Detroit show better odds of being that team that represents the Eastern Conference than the Cavs does, just as a result
Well,
of
do
the
you
totality of this season.
You think they will go Eastern Conference Finals, or you just said that's your expectation?
Oh, no, it's not even an expectation. It is a hope.
Okay.
I have no idea what they're going to
okay,
do. I think it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, it really is.
If all four of those teams
Yeah, I
make it
agree.
through
Yeah.
the first round,
Yeah.
it is a great playoff series because
really
there is
is.
no telling who's going to come out of
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like their chances if they play like a Detroit in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, Boston just seems awfully good. New York is a coin flip to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know New York is very physical.
Right.
I think on paper we have more talent.
Yeah.
Particularly when you look at our as we
Depth.
go 7, 8,
Yes.
9, our
Yeah.
depth. We're definitely better than. But New York is built to play postseason ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they're physical. They keep the score low.
Play deep.
Yeah.
They play defense.
Offensive rebounding.
And so that makes up a lot of ground there. But I think that I think personally Boston is the class of the East, just from what I've seen. I think they're the best team in the East.
Well,
I'd love to play, and I'd love to get past Atlanta first round, play Detroit in the second round. Let's take our chances on that.
yeah.
And if we get past the second round, to me, that's a good season.
Yeah.
I don't want to get Eastern Conference if I don't get swept.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that's a realistic goal. I don't think anyone can be mad
Because
if
if
we
you
don't go
lose that team and that team goes on and wins it or
Yeah.
has a great battle,
Yeah.
you know that
Can't be mad at Cleveland
No,
if
you
they
got to be one
don't
of them.
go.
kids.
Yeah, you can't be mad at them last year because Indiana went all the way to the finals.
I was mad as hell last year. You kidding me?
Yeah, well, I hear you, but
Oh, no. I thought we were
The
better than
injuries-
Indiana.
the injuries- Yeah,
I
thought
know.
so, too.
I know.
The
yeah, they
injuries
weren't.
killed us. The injuries killed us. It was
So,
way bad, too.
you know what? That's an because I asked this question last year. Siakam for Mobley. Would
No,
you
I still like Mobley.
you still like Mobley? Man, Siakam's a postseason player, man.
He really is.
He is.
He's a professional ball player. He
Yes,
knows
sir.
his game's not pretty, but
Right.
he knows his spots on the court.
Yep.
Yep.
He knows how to do the footwork and get
Yep.
that ball up, man. He is a professional ball player.
I wouldn't trade him for the same guy in our conference, but I'm telling you, and I know I said damn Walker Kessler and give me a forward.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I want that big rim protector. We got guys that run the floor and shoot like crazy.
Yeah.
We need to feed him to someone.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to have what's the name back? My guy out of Utah.
The big guy.
God,
Big guy.
Marketing.
Yeah, Lori Mark.
Lori Marketing.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind having him back.
And he was a 3-point shooter.
Oh,
too.
and
yeah.
Marketing's like 7
Yeah.
foot or
Yeah.
He's part of the Donovan deal?
Yeah.
he's part of the Donovan.
Okay. All right. All right.
And
But I'm still high on Mobley. He's
I love him as a.
got to do better on the foul line, especially if you're a low post
Six-
player. Constant contact.
But is he a low post player though? He's that
Yeah.
stretch guy. He starts shooting them threes, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden he's standing in the corner.
Yeah.
And Brof is unhappy.
He's really a key to.
He is.
I'm not worried about Donovan. I'm not worried about
Nope. Harden, none of them.
Harden. I'm not worried about Mitchell. I'm not worried about Allen.
No.
I'm not worried. I think my guy will be back. The young kid, Tyson.
Oh, Tyson.
He'll be back.
Porter played well.
I hope they play Porter.
I think
I hope they play
it
him.
depends on like how things are going, but
Yeah.
Porter's a player, man.
Yeah, he's
So,
a player.
I think you're gonna see all hands on deck.
What's the
man.
name will be back? The big redhead.
Right,
Wade.
Wade
will be back.
Wade.
Yeah.
He passes on it, and it go.
Well, he's 6'9" and he's a willing defender.
Yes, a very good defender.
He's a good defender,
He'll
man.
grab
Because
4 or 5
when we
rebounds.
played and beat New York,
Yep.
and I called this,
Uh-huh.
I said they're gonna put Wade on Brunson, and they did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And out on that perimeter, he couldn't do anything.
Yep,
And
yep.
then when he came in, you had Allen and
Right.
Mobley.
Yep, in the paint.
know.
Yeah.
But Wade shut him down
Yeah.
on that
I like
doggone
Wade.
perimeter.
That's-
the points.
Yeah. That's the Knicks' Achilles heel because as good as Brunson is, it just ain't nobody that small going to lead you to the championship,
Right,
I don't
right,
believe.
right,
Unless you're Steph Curry.
He's a tough dude.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
It is. He'll score 40,
Yeah.
but they're going to need all. of it.
Yeah. But it's tough.
Yeah.
He's like Donovan Mitchell, man. And it's hard he has to work to get his points in the
I think
paint.
Donovan got a little more in his bag than Brunson. I do.
Yeah.
Brunson's so damn
Brunson
strong.
will give you that,
Yeah.
that separation and hit that fadeaway all day long.
Yep.
But other than that, Donovan does it all.
Yeah.
He got that over the
He does.
top.
Oh,
move,
yeah.
Takes you the whole
Yeah,
shot.
left hand, right. Donovan got a little more in his bag, and
Yeah.
Brunson's a good player. But I think
Oh,
Donovan's got a little more in his bag.
I agree
Yeah,
with you too, though.
Donovan's got a
I don't worry about
bag
them.
full of
In this
shots.
championship,
Yeah.
they shoot foul shots well.
he
all
can score a variety of ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've seen games when his
Yeah.
jumper wasn't falling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the hole, to the hole, to
Yeah.
the hole.
Yeah.
Till he got warmed up.
And he's
Uh-huh.
a willing passer.
Yeah,
too,
he's a
though.
willing
And-
passer.
And Harden, 90% from the foul line.
Yeah,
He gets
yeah,
assists. I don't
yeah,
care about the
yeah. I'm excited about the Cavs.
I am
I-
too. I really am.
I'm excited too.
My
I
only
just
concern
it's a good league, man.
Yeah.
Big men being healthy.
Last week of the
rebound.
NBA is just
Yeah.
horrible to watch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Especially some of them last games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, man, I mean, come on. I thought I saw, damn high school.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of it was just, it ain't worth watching. And again, I'm not a knock on guys, but goddamn.
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm sorry. But
All right, that actually wraps up our podcast. Well, those
No
good
way,
topics. Yeah. So listen, to end the podcast as a sign off, I thought we'd do some parting shots.
yes.
I think that's appropriate. Something I want to implement and kind of just moving forward do. So a parting shot is just a shout out to anyone, anything, an entity, happy birthday, or I had great service, whatever. And I think we have some prepared. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to start with you then,
Oh,
big guy.
man, I'm excited. You know why I'm talking so much crap today? Is my physical therapist. I call her Katie Ledecky. I used to not remember her name. I call her Katie Ledecky. And she still laughs because I still call her.
Okay.
Her name is Katie Jones. She's a physical therapist. She works at Moving Forward Wellness. And She turned me on to red light bed, to wave treatments. She keeps me healthy. And for someone like me who has Parkinson's and
Brophy,
has issues,
I don't mean to cut you off, but your mobility, your spirit, right?
Yes,
she's
absolutely.
Brophy, you look great.
Yep,
You're
yep,
moving
yep,
great.
She's
yep.
working one. I'm telling you, she
So
keeps me going.
we should thank- is this
I
what we
went
should
in there-
thank?
Oh, I got all the thanks in the world to her.
Yeah.
I went in there this morning and I'm hunched over and I'm doing it. And she worked me out. She knew what it was. Gave me some things to do, and she works me over. But she's so positive too.
Yeah.
And and she keeps you going and pumped up about things.
But
So,
you look
no.
like the old
Yeah.
growth, buddy.
Yeah, man, she's been, she does a lot of good for
Yeah.
me. Say that.
Good for
so
you.
Katie Jones, love you.
All right, Katie.
Amen.
Philip, you got a parting shot?
Yeah, mine's a little less personal. I'll probably get to one of those at some point in time. But mine is shout out to Angel Reese for getting out of Chicago. The team absolutely stinks, and we really need Angel Reese to be in a position where she is competing for
Get some
championships.
championship.
And so she has been irrelevant in terms of her
And
team.
where did she go now?
She went to Atlanta.
Atlanta, okay.
So Atlanta Dream, Lindsay, we need to talk to Lindsay because I'm sure she's excited as can be about that. But Atlanta was a very good team last year. They
Lindsay
lost early in the
Gardner,
playoffs,
Atlanta.
but a very good team. They got Brittany Griner. She's still
Right.
there.
I forgot about Brittany. She here there?
She's like 35 years old, I think, or something like that. But
Okay.
yeah. So she's still performing. She's still
Okay.
playing well. And they are a very good team. And they got Angel for virtually nothing. 2 first-round draft picks, but Atlanta's a good team, so they're late picks.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And not even this season. It's 27 and 28.
Right. And you're getting a star.
listen, first-round draft picks don't necessarily even make the team in the WNBA. So if you're giving up late picks, you're giving up nothing for for literally somebody that's a double-double machine in their front court that paired with Griner is going to give them a really formidable front court. So good for her. Good for the rivalry between her and Caitlin Clark. I think that will pick up
And
because they're not
Caitlin's
on the team.
where she's at?
She's in Indiana.
Indiana.
And so now they're the same conference, but so it's almost Bird Magic, but not quite Bird Magic. But there should be some drama. They'll play each other more. Although Chicago's probably in this conference also. But they'll play each other. It'll be bigger stakes when they play each other.
Okay.
And you will see Angel Reese in the postseason also, and that will be a big deal.
Very
it really
nice.
will. Yep.
Good. Okay.
How about you, Al?
So my shout out is for a restaurant, Edgar's Restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
21 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
They are closing their doors.
Yep.
They had a farewell party this
Yep.
past Saturday. We went and had
Yep.
dinner with
We had a
the
ball.
family.
Yep.
I just want to say thank you to Edgar's for 21 great years.
Yeah.
In terms of the restaurant business,
Yep.
you were class personified. Great service, great ownership,
Yes.
great meals,
Yep.
great ambiance.
Oh.
Yep.
So you're gonna be missed.
Yep.
So
I
Edgar's
took one of your
Restaurant.
menus, just so you know.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
frame that thing. Yeah, I'm framing it. Yep.
So the Edgar's Restaurant, thank you for
Yep.
21 great
Yep.
years and best of luck.
Hope
to
to
all
see
you
you
guys.
somewhere
Yep.
again, though.
Absolutely. So
Yep.
this is going to conclude episode 23 of the Three Brothers Podcast. I want to again thank you for tuning in. I want to give our email and Instagram address that I gave earlier in the telecast. The email is the3brospod@gmail.com. That's the number 3 brospod@gmail.com. Our Instagram is at the Three Bros Podcast. So that is at the Three Bros Podcast. That is it for episode 23. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the other side.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, I've been negative.